Hello, everyone. We are live. I've not been here 2 weeks, it's almost 2 weeks. Have you missed me? I have missed everyone here, but it's been such. And I said instead of deferring to Sunday again, we might as well have the class today. Are you glad to be here? Because I am glad to teach. My name is Fumi Tola Williams. I am the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. It's an online mentorship academy for girls, and we have a curriculum beautifully curated for the benefit of you, especially not for the benefit of your daughters, your teenage daughters, from the ages of 1 to 8, rather. Apologies, from the age of 8 to 18. You want to ensure that your girls are in a community where they are learning, where they are growing, and you also, as a parent, you also want to be sure that you also are in the community. You cannot be doing something and then you're expecting that your daughters are doing that when you are not. So, with that, parents, please, there's no more excuse. There's no more. The time has gone when we just want to win these things. I have been at the conference for the past 7 days, 7 days, International Parents Conference, and if there's anything that is reiterated by almost everybody that spoke on that conference in that conference is that we can't continue to do things we were doing it and we were expecting a different result. As a matter of fact, long ago they used to say that one of the first laws of madness, yeah, is that you're not doing what other people are doing, yet you're doing it. And you never, the other one that is very close to it is that you're not doing you're not doing what other people are doing, and then you want the result. Then you are doing what other people are not doing, then you want a different result. So of course I know that we're not mad parents, we're intentional parents, we're deliberate parents. So if there's anything, this is 2025. Please, parents, we can't afford to be like a dicycle anymore. If we're to raise daughters that would impact their world, that would impact their generation, that will make a difference. If we are to raise daughters that will not be, it's embarrassing to admit, but that is what is currently happening. If we're to raise daughters that will not be going to people's inbox to go and be asking for urgent 2K, no matter what. If you're going to be raising daughters that will be independent, if you're going to be raising daughters that after we have left here, after we have done our bit, of course we know that we're not here forever. We're just here for a bit. The biggest of us will likely be here for just 100 years. So if you are to raise daughters that even after we're gone, they are praying for us, the generation after them is blessing us, then we need to do things differently. I myself, I saw a lot of wake up call for myself. So please, if I speak for myself, surely there's a wake up call for everybody. And another thing we have to understand that this journey, you never arrive. That's the truth. For some of us that have parents, we understand. For some of us that have parents, our parents sometimes, of course, in a like in the space of a advisor now, not dishing out orders, not dishing, do you understand, but they still guide us. That means parenting is never done. It's never ever done. So please, we can't be tired, we can't be weary, no matter what has happened to us, no matter what has not happened to us. I know now that trauma isn't just what has happened, it is also part of what hasn't happened. So no matter what hasn't happened, no matter what has happened, dear parents, please, I beg us. Look at me now. I'm coming humbly. I'm not coming to come and say this. I'm begging us. I also am on the journey with you. I hope you're also aware that I'm also parenting a girl. So please, and if you're a parent of a girl, hey, our work is more. It is the girls that make all of the most silly decisions. I've made a fair share of mine. Trust me when I say that. It is girls that make the most silly decisions. They don't decide with logic, they decide with their heart, they decide with their feelings. All of those things. We have a lot of work to do. I want to beg us, I want to encourage us. This is the time. I'm encouraging you. I'm also encouraging myself. This is the time to sit up and let us do what we need to do. If posterity must judge us well. All right, that's my admonition to us this evening. And then now it is holidays. This evening, I'll just correcting my daughter that I'm going to do this. I know how the days can be. Some people have bonded. So some of us in our mind now, we have scheduled lesson. Lesson doer, please can we breathe? We have scheduled lesson, but I'm sure that in Nigeria now almost every school will be on vacation. If not this Friday, but maybe the next and I know that in just a week they are resuming again. Everybody is doing it. And can we pause? Yeah, this is a call for us to pause. A call for us to step back and reevaluate. Like look at our process again. All right. So how you can you make the best of the holidays for you and your teenage girl so that there's not too much noise, there's not too much shouting, there's not too much. I get it. Trust me. In my current space, it's a 10-year-old, there's a 12-year, there's a 15-year-old. So I get it. I get it. Every stage, I get it. I know how it can be. But beyond that, can we make something beautiful out of this holiday period? And that is what we'll be talking about this evening. How to make the best of the holiday period for you and your teenage girl. Number one, you have to understand the holiday dynamics and strategically prepare for it. What do I mean? And I'm going to explain to us exactly what I'm so that I'm not, I'm not just talking and then you're not getting what I am saying. Understand the holiday dynamics. Statistics have shown that most of the errors that girls have committed, most of the mistakes that girls have made, most of the things that they have done that they're introduced to, most of the things that girls have done in error, in lack of wisdom, had happened in when they had a lot of times on their hands. Yes, that's what statistics has shown. Actually, and now this is the long holidays. Well, and the West kids are not resuming until first week of September, and I know that this is also applicable in every other most places except Canada. Canada is resuming earlier because they've been on holidays long before the UK, America, and then Africa. So statistics, and I've just told you now how to make the best of these holidays. You have to understand the holiday dynamics and strategically prepare for it. You have to prepare for it. How? You have to understand what happens in holidays. See, I'm not here to scare you. I'm not here to make you afraid. As I'm saying, as I'm talking, as soon as I leave this class, I'm also going to go sit down with myself and then work out my home plan. So nobody has arrived anywhere. We're just trying to encourage it, but especially when it comes to teenage girls. Statistics have shown, I say it again, and most of the errors, most of the things that girls have done, they have done it when they had a lot of time on their hands. And I think there's one English proverb that an idle hand is a devil's workshop. I got introduced to a lot of things is what during holiday. When girls have been molested the most is during holidays. When girls have done what they shouldn't do the most is during holidays. When they had gotten addicted the most is during a lot of things that happen during, and I know that you must understand that, put that one somewhere in your head. Yeah. Then the next you want to understand, as you're planning for the holidays for your kids, the devil is also planning. He's planning using social media. He's planning using people. He's planning using Telemundo. It's planning using Z World. It's planning using all sort of distractions. It's planning using all of the things that they watch on, when they're online. So you have to settle this so that you're not approaching it with you're not approaching it with someone like someone that is sleepwalking. Do you understand? You are approaching with someone that is adequately informed, that understands what is going on. So as you're planning for your girl, social media is planning for her, the devil is planning for her, bad friends are planning for her. So who are you let gonna win? So who are you let gonna win? Thank you. Thank you very much, ma. So who are you let go? Who will win? You already know that now that as you're planning, other people are planning. Settle it in your mind. People have, and I'm going to sound a note of caution now. People that have a lot of people living with them, this is the time to be extra careful. You've got cousins, you've got people living with you. You have to open your eyes the more. Most things happen during holiday. Please note it. And I've just told you again, as you're planning for them, as you're thinking about them, there are other co-contenders. I've just told you a few of them. There is more, but at least that. At least three other people are planning for your teenage girl. Social media, bad friends, bad movies, addiction. So that's planning. So understand it. Understand what we're up against. Exactly. A lot of things that happen during holidays. Trust me. I'd had to let's not go there. And so strategically prepare. And how do you prepare? And that is what we want to talk about this evening. How do you prepare? How do you make the best of the holiday after you have admitted to yourself? Don't let us live in denial. Let us accept. Even you, to while we were in school, the times that we were going to all of those clubs, all of those parties was when we didn't have anything doing. Do you understand? And I've just told us these are girls, they are also human beings, just that they are younger human beings. So understand that as you're planning, the devil is planning. As you're planning social media, as you're planning, as you're thinking, strategizing, they are saying, hey, the girls are on break now. What should we flood the internet with now? What should we flood the social media space with now? Is an algorithm. So you have to understand that, you have to know that, you have to deliberately prepare for that so that nobody is shocked. Now, the next thing you want to do, let the holiday be themed. How do I mean? Let your holidays be, you have at least you have 6 weeks. For myself, I know what I want to achieve with whoever it is I'm working with. So let it be themed. This holiday, this is what I work. But when my daughter is resuming, I want her to resume better in these aspects. That's what I mean by theme. So let it be themed. Let it not just be anyhow. There's no room for anyhowness anymore. Okay, my daughter is this is what I want to achieve. Maybe for example, let me just get maybe I want to work more on perseverance with my daughter. Maybe my daughter is struggling to self-regulate. Maybe I want to work on that. That's the themed holiday. So this holiday, everything you're doing, every chore, every activity is focused towards that particular theme. So that's what it means to theme your holiday. So it's just they wake up and then they just and sometimes it's very funny. Girls are very funny. My mom woke up almost 10 to this morning, just clear. I said, why are you? I came back from work and what's the problem? Why is everybody sleeping? So girls can be like that. So there's no room for anyhowness. Let it be think. What do you want to achieve? For me, I know what I want. I know where the work. And of course, if you're really watching, if you're really looking at yourself, you know where the work you need to do. Your girls are. I'm just here to encourage you again. Let it be themed. Determine that this holiday when this girl is going back to school. For example, let me just give an example now. We're going to have to work on our personal hygiene. Thank you. We're learning to cook well. Thank you very much. For us, we're working on our personal hygiene. That one, oh, it's as though sometimes I say to myself, is it that we're taking one step forward and then we're taking 10 steps forward? I don't understand. But our work is not done. So it is not done, it is not done. So dear parents, let it be think. What do you want to achieve? When your girl is going back to school, what do you want to be to say, I have been able to help my daughter to achieve? Do you understand? That is how you are getting to enjoy the holiday. So the next thing you want to do, you want to work together with them and seek collaboration on the thing. Please, especially if your daughter is 10. Let me just give you what happened just now. I was just preparing for my class and then the girls had set me up and everything. And I said something, and then she said something. I said, it dawned on me that this is no longer the toddler of 10 years ago. That is what parents need to understand. You have to understand that your daughter is no longer that helpless. As parents, we are savior. If you're in the TFA conference, that nurturing instinct. We assume that everybody is helpless. Everybody. So you have to understand that your toddler is not that helpless person again. So today I said to them, okay, we're going grocery shopping. This is what this one does. This is what this one does. And everybody, we did teamwork. Everybody had their own share. So let it be collaborative. Don't just come and say, that high and mighty that we do. We need to breathe. We need to drink water. We need to really calm down. So let it be. And you know what? If it's a teenage girl will rebel. I've told you she will rebel. If you don't want her to rebel, please let it be collaborative. If you want to achieve something. For example, let me tell you, I don't like puzzles. No, not that I don't like them, but because I didn't know them early. So it's still hard for me to pick it up. But if I'm saying there are benefits to puzzles, so I must look for a way for us to do it. So and I just said to this, and I admit my lack of knowledge to them in that area. I said, you know what? I'm not as good as you guys in this things. Are you willing to teach me? That's collaboration. There's no need for pride, there's no need for anything. What I don't know, I don't know. The one I know, I know. So collaborate with them. Girls work better that way. So for example, now you're working on, for example, let me take what Sama said. She said she was learning to cook well the other day. Okay, so it can be something like, okay, you know what? I'm chopping the pepper, you're chopping you're dicing the yam. Do you understand? So don't let us say, don't be parochial about it. Don't do and go and put everything in the kitchen. No, go and do it. It will not work that way. Don't forget you have a theme. You have a purpose. You're not just doing anything anyhow. So there's a reason. So and she's no longer a 2-year-old child. She's no longer a 3-year-old. Some of us have 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds. So if you need their collaboration. If you must see progress. So work together with them and seek collaboration, whatever thing. But that is for cooking. If your thing, for example, is tidying the space, that's another thing that we're struggling with. So if that is your thing, for example, to keep it, if that is to keep it the space tidy, you can say, okay, you know what? If you, depending on the number of girls you got, if you have got 3 girls, say, you know what? One girl, 2 girls, you face your sister's wardrobe, you face your own wardrobe. So they are learning collaborative effort. They are learning how to work together in a team. They are learning how to accommodate each other. They're learning how to serve each other. Can you see how many values are being embedded in just one particular chore? Do you understand? For example, if that's your goal, I'm trying to break it down with practicality so that you can understand exactly what I am saying to you. So if that is your goal, for example, everybody's always in a mess. Okay, no problem. I've learned that I need to drink water on that particular issue. Like, you know what? You, the three of you, you sort these ones for group today. Then the next day, sort. So you have taught them how to serve each other. You have taught them how to place the other person first. You have taught them how to work in a team. Have you seen people that can't play together in a team? People that can't work together in a team. People that they can't manage any other person. It has to be just them, just them, just them. I'm sure you must have seen people. It's not beautiful. But in little things like this, those are other things, other values that your daughters can learn. So that when they get to a team, they become an addition. What you're trying to do, and parents, what you're trying is where of adding space your daughter gets to. It must be in your head that my daughter has got to be an addition. I don't know whether you're getting me. Your daughter can't be a minus. Hi, she must never be a minus. And these little things that will ensure that she's not a minus. Your daughter must never be a minus. She must never be someone that gets to a space that everybody is wishing that she's not there. Do you understand? That means you've not done the work. That's just it. Nobody is glossing anything, no sugarcoating anything for anybody. She will never. Your daughter can never be a minus. And these are the things that's going to help her to ensure, these little things. They are very inconsequential, but over time, this is what builds character. This is what builds strength in a girl child. All right, let's go. So the next thing you want to do to enjoy the best of holiday with your teenage girl, take a breather. I know that most parents are going to kick against this, but I'm not going to come here to come and lie to you. I won't. This holiday, we're not doing any lesson. So take a breather about holiday lessons. Please, I know. Hey. Did you see that this year, last year, was talking about reviewing their school, blah 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 blah. The things we talk about. See, that's not what we're talking about this year. I know that the challenges are there. I know that you wish that she did better or she did. Can we take a breather? Yeah, let's breathe. Let's drink water. Let's drink because see, at the end of the day, you find out that we're putting in too much, too much, too much, and that is why these girls are struggling. They are struggling. While I was, back home in Nigeria, my daughter would come back from school. She was barely 8. She will come back from school, and a little child, and then she will put her head on the this trouble. No, please. This is what we need to talk about. We need to take a breather sincerely. When I know that there are struggles, I'll get there. Just give me a minute. So she will come back from school and then she will put her head on her table and she's very tired. I'm wondering, how is a little child this tired? But by the time I now carry the school bag, heavy, Aja. And I say, why would she not be tired? And the thing is, when the brain is so saturated, or it's just like you now. I'll give you an example. When I was at law school, we'll come back from 8 o'clock to 4 p.m. I can't remember now, almost how many years now. We'll come back from law classes and all of that. And then just that minute, as we're coming back, or some other parents, some other girls, like me, they are going back to go and read again. I say, Jesus, I can't do this. It is the same thing for your girl. They need a breather. Oh, I know that there are places where you think that she should. Yes. But are you aware that perspective taking, perspective changing can even change her outlook to her education? So if you think she's struggling in a place, can you leave that aside for now? We'll come back to it. Then take a breather. Then replace it with alternative. See, let me tell you. For example, your daughter is struggling with English. Let me just an example. She's struggling with English. She's struggling with English. Maybe she can't speak or she can't write. Introduce her to more books. If she thinks self-development books are sometimes the girls are funny, say they are boring. Well, learning is not comfortable. That's what I've come to understand. I'm still currently reading my book of the month. The month is almost over, but I know that I must finish it before the month ends. So if she's struggling with English, no problem. Can you engage her yourself? So that it's not rote learning. That's what I mean. So it's not so like she wear jean and top and go to school again 9 a.m. and come back 3 p.m. What now? Let her breathe. So can you engage her? Can you say, okay, do me slide presentation? Can we read this book together? You can read together with your girls. I still do till today. I still do. Not every day, but I tell her, okay, what is your current? Bring it. Then I will read. Then she will read. Then she will explain to me. If you don't know it, you don't understand what learning is taking place. Honestly, it is. Without the rote sit down in class, listen to what the teacher is saying, and then my mind is not really there kind of learning. Because that's what is happening. The other wants to play, she wants to breathe, she wants to unwind. That's what the holidays are for. Unwind and also learn and grow. So that's if it is maths, are you aware there are a lot of things that your girl can do? I still struggle. As a matter of fact, I say it jokingly, that is my daughter that's not teaching me maths. So it's very funny because my elder sister, younger sister, very good about maths, was so for one reason or the other, me and maths we have never dealt. But what do? Like play. She sits and very funny. And even though I don't know as I would have loved to know, but at least I know that like now I know simple fraction and all of those things. It can be the same. If you think your daughter is struggling with what's it called mathematics, it is an example. I've used example of English as mathematics. Get them puzzles, honestly. Get them. It will not be immediate, but those little efforts they will come to pay off later. But for now, that lesson that I want to do, that money that I want to go and use and pay lesson teacher, please go and use that money and buy them resources. Honestly, it will pay off. It is hard. I know it's not popular, but it is the truth. All of the lessons that we have gone, I was in one of the sessions, one of the sessions we had just completed CIB conference. One of the speakers said, all of the book that we have learned in this life, what have we used and do? We're not shaming education anyway. Education is important. If I didn't go to school, I wouldn't be here speaking with you. So if you didn't go to school, you're not going to even understand what I am saying. So I understand. But people that brought education to us, they don't approach it the way we approach it. That's what I have seen. This holiday, you will never see Oyinbo child do lesson. It's not possible. Yet they're the ones that are topping everywhere. Engineering, aeronautics, everywhere. How? This way. So please, parents, you'll be shocked if you can do this. Your daughter's brain is settled, so she can okay. You will not even have to tell her. She's like, oh, mommy, I think I want to just prep. Except probably your daughter has one exam, like GCSE, these exams, all of these exams that they write. Maybe, but it's just so that she can no. Let's take a breather, please, parents. The next thing we want to do, let us use the period to bridge obvious gaps via curriculums and not further drive a wedge. Yeah, I mentioned it, but I'm just going to expand it here. I said another way to make the best of this holiday for your teenagers is to use this period to bridge obvious gaps. What gaps are you saying? I know my own gaps that I'm saying. Oh, I sure know them. I know my gaps. They're staring like this. Like this. I'm seeing them. So this time is a time to bridge that gap and not further drive a wedge. This is not time to go and be going, hey, you cannot do this one. I've been teaching you. If I tell you the things I've been teaching my daughter and it's looking as though I've not even taught anything, you will look at me and laugh. But I'm not going to get tired. That's the what we signed up for. So we're not going to get tired. We're not going to get tired. So any obvious gap, this is the time. Yes, that lesson that you want to do, replace it with this. And I've told us, anytime you want to pass anything down, we need a curriculum. It has to be broken down. What do I want to do? At the time, I realized that my daughter was always telling small lies. And I was wondering, what's going on here? I had to look at myself. I had to evaluate everything. Look at my process. Look at my journey. Look at where I am. Look at what is triggering. Because lies are self-defense. It's your brain's way of protecting you. I'm like, okay, what's she feeling? What does she feel the need to be protected against? I have to look at myself all over again. I beamed the light touched on me, and I adjusted using the curriculum. So I share my story so that you don't look as though, oh, it's because she got it figured. No, I don't got it figured out. But what I do is I open myself to learning. I open myself to practice what I learn, and I open myself to be humble because on this parenting journey we must be humble. There's no how we want to do it. So dear parents, what do we need to do? We need to whatever gap I've just told you mine. Whatever gap you're seeing in your girl, whether in terms of honor, there's one of them I'm already seeing that I need to do a lot of work on the honor part, and I'm already breaking in that gradually. Is it the gap of honor? Is it the gap of service? Can't your girl can't serve? This is time to go and put her on a volunteer team. Yes, maybe you have a friend that you say, yeah, volunteer. No, I don't have. You have a friend that has a shop, and she's trusted. Take your daughters there. Why not? Some this is at times I'm wishing that I'm in Nigeria because where you are, you will not know, but it has a lot of, there's a way it can curtail you, especially except you're just deliberate in trying to say, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to just try and find a way around it. If your girl is struggling with service, this is time you want to go and put her where she will serve. Yes, because of course you must serve. People that lead are people that serve. You know that I don't have to say that to you. So I've thought of honor, I've thought of service, I've thought of maybe it's other skills, soft skills, all those instead of I want her to read pass and mass. I be what what do they even call it? This is the time. Soft skills, communication. Where is the whatever gap? Cleaning, keeping the house, whatever. Articulating myself. This is the time. Bridge that gap using a curriculum. This is not the time to, all of the things that we do. We have to really stop them. This is not the time to all of the things that we do that to demoralize our girls. People, let me tell you what I've realized. People that are raising world changers, because that is how I want to think. I want to think that I'm raising a world changer, a girl that's going to make a difference in our world. They don't shout them down. They're not harsh with them. Of course, they establish boundaries. There are principles. There's a, if you misbehave, there's a consequence. But they don't belittle the girls. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you really see, there's something that struck me. And of course, when this final word in the just come there, she says, if you have an idea of, and I've known that thing for at least 5 years now, if you had an idea of the child that you're parenting, it will change your approach. If you had an idea that this kind of girl is the one that will not be a boss in that generation, it will change how you will see things. This evening, my daughter was doing something, I just said, oh, you will not put me in trouble. And I immediately, papa, 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 I put the whatever, I put the measure, I put it in place because I have an idea. So, dear parents, any gap you see, please don't assume that the gap will close. Gaps don't just close. Of course, you know that by now. Gaps don't just close. Put in the work. Whatever you see, whatever gap you see, this is the time to, you know what? This is the time to bridge that gap and not further drive a wedge. How do you drive a wedge? With your words. With your words. With your discouraging words. With the words that you say. With your attitude, with your posture. Something like say, I'm tired, I can't keep sending money. How bad, dear parents? Say, I know I've been teaching and teaching. Hey, the daughter is still growing. She's not fully formed. She's not fully formed. So I console you, I console me. They're not fully formed. So if it means that you have to go back, it means that that's what you got to do. And then you got to do it. Because you have where you're going in mind. So whatever gap, I beg you, dear parents, this is the time. And for you that you are working, that your schedule is just whatever, you're not able to apply for your leave, whatever, you can decide at this time, the little time that you be with them. And don't forget, it's not in their I don't say my daughter all day. Sometimes I go a day, 2 days I go to work. It's true. That's my current reality. But the time that I am here, I am here. The time that I am present, I am present. So that time that you have is enough, honestly. This today, I know many things that were done. This today. Because I've been on. So the time that you have, so please, we are hearing me live. Put in the comment section. The time I have is enough to do the work that I need to do. It is enough. You don't need more time. You just need better structuring, better adjusting. So whatever gap you see, this is the time to work with that gap so that it doesn't become a lifestyle. All right, the next thing you want to do, and I told you how to do that via curriculum. For example, I told you why when I noticed that my daughter was lying, I said, why is she lying? Why is she lying? What's she afraid of? Is it me? Is it my environment? What has happened? I ask myself those questions. That's me being honest with myself. Do you understand? So that's from there I got answers, I got curriculums. Okay, this the next time you want to speak, you take a pause. You find out who's gonna beat me. And then we started putting tools for her to use. And now we've not gotten the 100%, but at least we're much, much better. And that is the essence of parenting. Equipping a child to be ready to face the world. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. The next thing you want to do with your teenage girl, you want to do things together or in common, especially if they are growing. If they are grown rather, 12, 10, 11, exercise, gym, what's it called? Cooking together, walking, take a stroll in neighborhood together, a whole lot of things. That fosters it is when the conversations will happen. Yeah. So that's what you have to look for teachable moments. Those are the times that teachable moments will happen. So it can't be, it cannot all go well. That's you and your daughter, you are there, and there is no one activity that you're doing together. It's not right. It's not right. There has to be something that you're doing together with them. You must deliberately plan something together. So you can ask them, for example, what do you think? Or it could be what she enjoys to do. So you're coming to her level. Don't forget, parenting is humility. So you're coming to her level so that you can catch her. What do you like to do? Should we do it together? So, in those moments, teachings is taking place, connection is taking place. Questions, she'll be asking you questions because why? She feels connected to you. She feels that this woman sees me. That's what happens. Imagine if your spouse, I've told you, they are just like us. If your spouse devoted time to doing what you love to do, how would you feel? Wouldn't you feel seen? You would feel seen. Same thing for your daughter. And then if you also devoted time to do together with your spouse what your spouse loves to do, your spouse also feels seen. It is the same thing. So who says our daughters don't want that connection? They do. Hey, they will deny it though. They will make you feel like, oh, mommy, yeah. Especially if you try it, you understand. But deep down, they are hoping that you get it. Last time I was talking about your daughters talking white and not really talking. They're talking, but they're not really talking. So you must look for something to do together with your child. Go and find out by yourself. What's that thing? What will it be? Already I stuff I like. I is it highlighted? So in the little time that I have, okay, this is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. It can be something. So is that so? Please don't. I don't say go and break the bank. It can be something as simple as trying a new meal, a new recipe for kitchen lovers. It can be something as simple as you do a pedicure, she does yours. Do you understand? Get the equipment, get salt, get this, get that. Do you get? So it could be something as simple as you file her nails, she files yours. You'll be shocked. Connection, service again, because it's key for girls. All of that is taking place. And you're wondering, where did the time go? Even you would not want the holiday to end. So, I've talked about understanding the holiday dynamics and strategically preparing for it. I've talked about let the holiday be themed. I've talked about working together with them and seek collaboration on the theme. I've talked about taking a breather about holiday lessons. Replace with alternative, dear parents, please. I've talked about use the period to bridge obvious gaps. You're the one that knows your gap. I know my gaps. You know your gaps. So this is the time to start working on those gaps via curriculums and not further drive a wedge. Then do things together. The next thing you want to use this, and then if of course it flows to the neck, it flows directly. But when you now do things together, what happens? You know your other more. That's what happens. You know your other more. Connection happens more. It's easy. All of us have friends. You know, the way we feel connected to our friends, the way we feel connected to our spouses. Your daughter wants that connection with you. She wants to know that she wants you to know when she's quiet that something is not quite right. She wants you to know that when she's too chatty, something is still not quite right. Because you have known her over time. You've known her, you know her, the nuances of her body, you know her posture, you know her expression. My daughter is stressed, I know. If she's sad, I know. If she's sad and pretending to be happy, I know. So that will not just come suddenly. It comes from connection. And connection comes from doing things together. It is the way they will tell us on our wife now. Do things together. It is the same thing now. No difference. No difference, their parents. No difference at all. So do things together. Then the next thing you want to do, use the okay, I said do use the period to know and connect more. And really, what happens when you do stuff together? When you and your friend, or you and your spouse do things together, you people are closer now. Naturally, it is in the way whether as she's plating your hair, you are plating hers, then you start sharing, start trading confidence. Is it not? Mm-hmm. This is the same thing. So please, don't. I know that you want to breathe, you want to take a pause, but please, our daughters need us. Our daughters needs our presence. They need our solid presence. You will not know you don't know the difference it's going to make. See, there are a group of girls, and I watch one particular one, and I can see the difference. I can see what she's crying out for, and sometimes it touches me in my heart. And I say to the guy, I say, I wish I could help. Sometimes you need to just apply diplomacy. So your daughters, all of these things, all of this shout for connection, it is so that to help your daughter not to go and look for what is not lost. It is so that the love tank of your daughter is full, so that she's not looking for love in one place that the love is not even missing. So please, so if you need to go and fill yourself up to be able to point to your daughter, dear parents, if that's what we need to do, then that's what we need to do. If we need to go and get better, if we need to go and purge ourselves of our hurts, our pain, our disappointment, everything that is inhibiting us from pouring love into our daughters, if we need to go and purge ourselves of that, then we should go on ahead and do that. Because what matters is at the end of the day, God is going to ask us. For me, it never leaves my head. That whatever I do with this girl is going to ask. We'll ask the father, we'll ask the mother, because he put these children in our trust. So whatever that will limit you, whatever that will impede you from connecting with your daughter, can you take it away? It's not your fault. What has happened has happened. It's not our fault. But can we now move from there so that our daughters now don't begin to heal from the way we parent them? Are you aware that that's even a thing? Yeah, a lot of daughters are going to go and be taking a lot of daughters are going to be taking healing from trauma course. I hope that will not be our daughter. I hope that will be the last ones to take healing courses. I hope that we're not transferring that to our daughters. Don't forget, it's about what is supposed to happen that did not happen. Not really only about what happened. So if you're supposed to connect with your daughter and it's not happening, that is trauma for your daughter. If you're supposed to be pouring to your daughter and it's not happening, that is trauma. If you're supposed to be loving your daughter and you are being inhibited, something is stopping. You're not free to flow, to pour your love. That is what should happen and it's not happening. That is trauma for your daughter. I hope we know these things. And I hope we know that we'll sit down and really do what we need to do. The next thing we want to do to make the holiday better with our daughters, we have to get into extracurricular trainings together. Yes, so trainings together. It could be, well, it doesn't have to be so much now, just self development trainings together. Yeah. So there's one that we've already highlighted, and it could be ones that see so that there's no other fast through. It could be ones that you had paid for, they have not had time. This is the time to go back to it. I have classes that I've listened, but I've not really listened intensely. I'm gonna go back to it. So she's listening to her own, I'm listening to my own. So everybody's speaking lessons. So she sees that my mommy is growing, my mommy is working on herself. My mommy is not static. Those are things to do to foster connection, to make the best of the holiday with your daughter. So get into extracurricular trainings together. It doesn't have to be much. It could be for the girl, maybe something as simple as soap making. It could even be something on it that can learn freely on YouTube. Whatever it is, just do it together. Learn together. Grow together. Learn so that our daughters don't outdate or is it outgrow us. It's a possibility if we're not careful. So I don't have so that your daughter doesn't feel that she doesn't have to recourse to you for wisdom. Do you understand? So if your daughter is already feeling wiser than you, why would she come to you? Because she's not seeing you do anything actively to improve upon yourself. So she doesn't mean to slight, she doesn't mean to disrespect you, but somehow your voice in her life is shutting down. You must never allow that. Never. Never allow your voice to be shut down in the life of your daughter. If you're watching, like, please put in the comment section. Never allow your voice to be shut down in the life of it. Never. You are a voice of guidance, you are a voice of wisdom. It must never be shut down. It must never ever be shut down. So, and how will you not be shut down? If we're not progressively, continuously seeking to better ourselves. And just told us you don't have to break the bank. It could be a course, it could be a free course on YouTube, it could be a course that you're already registered for, it could be something you can even learn together. A lot YouTube is hugely beneficial to anyone that wants to make out of this. Out there, matter of fact, I'm trying to think that there's actually how to make a human being on YouTube. Of course, that's just a joke. So please, dear parents, do things together, trainings together. All right, the next thing you want to do, reward team effort and collaboration. Girls love this a lot. Reward it. She behaved. I was supposed to go to work. Which day was that? And then it looked as though nothing was going to happen. This. You please do this for me. This for me. This for me. And in less than 30 minutes, everything was arranged, and I moved. And I was deeply grateful because if I was supposed to, if I were to be the one to sort all that by myself, it was taking me time. So that's collaboration. So I decided as I was coming, is this Snickers bar? Be what? All that chocolate stuff, those £1 something that girls like. So reward it. It's fine. It's okay. It's just like the way you do something, you submit your report on time, or you meet your quota at work or whatever, and your manager comes to you to say thank you and gives you a thumb up emoji. You know how that fires you up. It is the same thing for your girl. To reward it. Team effort. You have said that okay, some people will chop onions, some will chop carrots, some will do this. I'm not really a kitchen person, so I may just be don't mind me, but you know what I'm trying to say. So that you have said this one will do this one will do that one, and they have all come together and then they have made it work. So reward it. It could be with stickers, it could be with hugs, whatever you can. Let them just know. Let them have that feeling that I feel appreciated. I feel valued. You don't know what it is doing to the esteem of your girl. You don't know. You don't know. And that's how she will grow up. She will grow up looking for value to her because she knows what happens when she has value. So reward it. So don't casualize it. That's what I mean. Don't say what's not the big thing what you have done. No. For every time the girl said, I say thank you. I do. And then, of course, they have now also learnt it. Any single service, I don't take it for granted. I say thank you because I know I'm also a saver. So every little thing, it doesn't reduce me. It doesn't mean that I'm no longer a mom or I'm no longer an aunt or something. It just means I appreciate them. I see them. So reward it. Reward it. Team effort. Take pictures together. Do short videos together. Reward it. And of course, they're encouraged to do more because they know that, in this team, in this house, yeah, my voice is heard. My voice is heard. My voice is heard. My voice is heard. So reward it. in your own way. It doesn't have to be anything, whatever. No. Then finally for today, you have to do a collage. That's one thing I'm also learning to do now. Do a collage. Yes, those activities when one is chopping this, one is chopping that, or when one is shredding this, shredding that, take pictures, print it. Yes, go and print in a library. Print them, put them together, small, small collage. Or better still, you can buy a small printer in your house. These are things that you invest in. It's for your daughters. So that when they leave home, their mind is still at home. They know that there is a place where they are seen, where they are loved, where they are appreciated. Today, if you go to my mom's home today, you will see a lot of pictures from baby everywhere. Baby, secondary, primary, university, everything is just scattered everywhere. So that's what I'm also trying to say to us. Do a collage. That's one thing that Africans don't do. Your phone, something can happen to your phone. For me, for example, for me right now, I'm hoping that nothing happens to my phone. Because a lot of my memories, my daughter's actually on my phone. So what happens when something happens to your phone? So do a collage. Physical is part of transferring legacy. So that when your daughter is just flipping through, or she comes when she remembers, oh, this particular, the way the British people will even still do it, they will not put it in an album. But some of us, the only album we have, for example, someone like me now, it's only wedding album or naming album. We can do better, okay? You can do better. So you can put it together. So you can they will now theme it, yeah, 2024 summer, 2025 summer, 2023 summer, 2021 summer. So that's something you're transferring. So when your daughter is and she's having a bad day one day and then she just flips through the pictures, the memories, how everything. Imagine how happy your daughter will be. Imagine how fulfilled she will be. So, in all the things I have said, have you seen that I've not said go and break a pan, go and this, go and that? These are things that you already have at your disposal. Which of them are you going to do? And I hope that you come to share feedback in the community. Don't forget, if you're learning here, please let us grow this community together. Spread the word. Let's grow our community. We have a lot of videos, and trust me, there's no video that you will watch that will not bless you. I'll be again next week. Thank you so much for your time. And if you're catching the replay, I also see you. Thank you and bye bye.